started my first business in 1992. I sold it in 2010. The business had 2 offices and around about 35 staff at the peak of the business. The business was doing really, really well, but I'd realized that I was growing a monster of a business and I was having difficulties because if I carried on the growth that I was growing at, then I'd have like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 clients. I'd have 100 staff. I'd have 4, 5, 6 offices. And that wasn't what I was actually trying to grow. I'd lost track of what my original vision for the business was. One day, a lot of chaos was going on in my life. A lot of stress was involved with all these various clients and staff and problems and everything. And I reached a point where what was I going to do? And was I going to continue running it in this way for the next sort of 10 years, 5 years? And the answer was no. And then I come down to, am I going to do it for literally another month, another week, another day? And I then sold the business. And it took 2-3 years to sort itself out. At the end of that period, I took some time off. And I needed to reinvent myself, reinvent the business and the type of business, and just dream the whole thing up again. And trying to make sure I didn't do the same business all over again, because that meant I'd just end up with what I had, which is what I was trying to get rid of. Ultimately, it comes down to clients. In the reflection stage, it gave me the opportunity to what I call right fit client. What should a client look like? And the new business was modeled on the basis that we wanted to have, in reality, 20% of the clients that we had before, but we wanted to make 100% of the money that we made before. So in simple maths, our average client has to have 5 times the average wealth of what they had before. So that was like priority number 1, because if we can do that, we can do it in reality with 5 times less clients to generate the same type of revenue. But you also don't need 5 times as many staff because you've got 5 times less. So golden rule, take the money off the table and you will get a different outcome. And then you get the right type of client. My history, back to my old business, was full of money on the table. But I learned it was the wrong way to do it. So simply visualize it, get rid of it, focus on the client, because that's the outcome that we're looking for. And we're 3-4 years into the new business, which is considerably better than the business that I left behind.
I'd been running 2 offices for 12 months to 18 months. Not only was I travelling to the northern office for 2 days a week, I was also employing another manager to travel between both offices. So we were significantly financially impacted at this point, running short of cash resources, running both offices, and things just weren't working. The family here were actually really happy, and I'd kind of let slip, you're happy, but I'm not happy. So there was all these indications. So cash resources were low, not personally enjoying it, and not feeling comfortable, and most importantly, service was slipping in both offices, I felt. So we closed the business, which was a huge decision. To be really honest, my brand name was above that business, and I think secretly, if I'm being really honest and thinking deep, it hurt me thinking that I'd take my name away from a town that had been respected. Somebody asked me a pivotal question and said, are you keeping that office open because of your name, or are you keeping it open because it's the right thing to do? And it hit me hard, that question. I just had the baby. I just bought a new house and had this big dream of running 2 offices. It was not working. It was a nightmare. There was so much stuff going on. I didn't know how to cope. Not only did we have this wonderful idea of buying a new property, we decided to buy a property that needed renovating. So we was in the middle of a no kitchen, no bathroom situation, a house getting fully renovated. But as I got closer to the end of finishing this house, things started to come together, and I made the decision to close the office. It was the most powerful decision I've ever made, to close the office, to think about us, to think about the business owner. And that's what I would encourage viewers to do. Think about the business owner. Think about you. What's important to you? Because if we can get authenticity with ourselves, I promise your clients will respect it. And that's what I found. I'm sure people like me for me. I'm sure people come to me for me. And the results are 100% of our business is referral. Surely we don't need to pay for a branded office. So how do I do that? We looked at our house. We didn't plan to buy this house to open as any sort of office, but we did. We made room at home. A client develops trust through you as a human, not because of your brand, not because of who you're owned by, but you as a human. So if they know your office is at home, actually it's a massive selling point if it's used wisely. The other must-have was we don't want to take on lots of staff. It's constantly in my head. We had 5 staff before, and I feel as if they were running the business, not me. I wanted to work from closer from home. I didn't realise till I'm here now that it provides so much more support to the family. I'm not away from my children. One of them is ill or sick. It's not necessarily that you take the day off work. You're there. You just do it as part of life. Business is completely different now. Expenses are much lower, which takes the pressure off. I'm incredibly impressed in a city how many clients are absolutely cool with coming to a home property. Don't even flinch, which was incredible because I'm saving a fortune on rent here and they're happy.